Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube documentation series of my journey to 50K a month as a high ticket closer, which is coming to an end. And then down the road, a 9-figure business owner. With that being said, my name is Zach Carbus. I hope that you enjoy. I'm going to be documenting my learnings. And this phase of my life, I am leaving tomorrow morning to go to North Carolina, Charlotte. I'm not telling you the address because you can take a guess why. With that being said, this journey has been elite so far, and it will continue to be elite as I continue to honor God. With that being said, the idea came about, and the reason as to why I am moving to Charlotte, long story short, I have a mentor that is very intelligent. We have come up with a business idea to go high level on steroids, integrating into info businesses and eventually larger scale, of course, because that's the goal, to have a big impact on the planet, a den in the world, a moonshot product. And that's why I'm going to Charlotte, North Carolina. So with that being said, 50K a month as a closer, 100K as a sales manager, and I will manage multiple offers, implement my AI software or the CRM into those offers, show the fact that with the right CRM, it makes follow-up significantly easier. With the right tools, it makes end-of-day reports significantly easier, and it's going to make businesses a lot more money. First one being Brian Mark. You already know, mate, if you're watching this for whatever reason that may be, we're putting it on yours first, mate. Going to make you a lot more money, get you to 4 mil a month. Come on. So with that being said, going to Charlotte to document this journey, first of all, of getting to 50K a month and eventually 9-figure, 10-figure business owner. I think 10 figures billion. The goal and the path that we're taking is building a 10-figure company because we looked at go high level and we don't think it's the smartest thing to reinvent the wheel and try something completely new, but make the wheel that much better, which brings us to making scaled, which is the next go high level. And with that being said, we looked at the valuation. If go high level sold and it was about 7 billion, which means that is 10 figures, which means that my goal is to get to that point. Everything is in alignment, in my personal opinion, and I am heavily praying on this to the extent of which I need to bring God into the season of my life where there is gratitude, there is that guidance, and ultimately the support from my Lord and Savior. And when I take each step and when I continue to grow and bless people, it's God's ordainment of it all. So with that being said, we're building this company. We're going to make a lot of impact. And the plan is to build this company within the next 3 months, like actually build the software enough to the point where it is good, not perfect, but good. Implement it onto my offers that I've been on, which Brian is one of the biggest offers in the space, or at least one of the more well-known ones. That's probably the best one. The fact that he's well-known. And then my mentor is going to have 10 businesses under him who will be doing the same thing. And then it's going to spread like wildfire. Have you checked this out? Blah, 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 blah. Documenting content, documenting the journey, posting the fact that we're building this thing out. And not only that, but like my personal journey as well, from a 16-year-old that wants to be an entrepreneur to retire as father to now 25 years of age and $1 billion net worth. Obviously, I say these things and I know that they will happen, but at the same time, I'm not attached to it because I know that God's purpose is higher than mine. So it will be great when it does happen, but at the same time, we need to know that if it doesn't, I need to be content with that. I'm going to do everything in my power to put in the work to make it happen. But if it doesn't, it's in God's ordainment. But that does not excuse me to be complacent and lazy. Because some people say, oh, it just wasn't meant to be. Bro, you didn't even put in the work. Oh, I just wasn't supposed to collect this amount this month. Oh, I just wasn't supposed to close that deal because like it wasn't in God's will. It's like, no, you just didn't put in the work. And when you don't put in the work, you can't expect the result. So with that being said, we're going to make history. Today marks the day, August 22nd, of making this happen. I'm leaving August 23rd to go to Charlotte, North Carolina, on the other side of the planet to build $1 billion company. God's good. From a homeschool kid, from a child at the age of 10 being pulled out of school because of family issues and being homeschooled and not actually doing the school curriculum, reading my own books, studying my own way, playing video games when I was 11, 12, to now the point where I ask God for wisdom. I put in the work. I read Proverbs. I read a bunch of books. I developed a business skill set. I put myself out there. Now I'm making 30 to 50K a month at 19, and we're scaling this up. Through God, I can do all, and I can do all through Christ, who strengthens me. Thank you guys for watching. God bless. All the best. And today marks history.